So we're going to do a quick rundown. I've had some questions about oil changes on the Discovery 5 with the SCV6 engine. This procedure is exactly like our LR4 Discovery 4 with the 5-liter engine. Here's your basic tools that you need. This is the oil filter you can buy on Amazon for about $9. It works, doesn't really grab it as well as I'd like to see it. This is a new one that came out by Motive Tools. Actually real good quality. It is about triple the price, but if you're planning on keeping this vehicle around a while, this is definitely worthwhile to purchase it. Of course, with this one, you will need a ratchet. And then I recommend, especially with these things on the timing chain issues, the Discovery 5 doesn't have it as bad as the LR4 Discovery 4 had it, but I run MOA every oil change, which I do not at the recommended interval of 15,000 miles. I do it between 5,000 to 7,500 miles or 6 months, just to make sure that this vehicle doesn't have any issues. It's still the same engine as what the 5-liter was, and timing chain issues are something you're always worried about. And then also a good just quality filter for it. Real simple to do. And we'll go into the process real quick right now. So lift up on the engine cover, pull it straight out, get that out of the way. Your two places you got to worry about are, here is where you will refill. Also the extractor pipe for the oil is located under that. And over here you have your oil filter. So
wait, oil filter again.
Oil filter is located under this. So kind of move this just a little bit out of the way, and then this filter wrench will drop right on top. It's nice and snug compared to the other one.
What number wrench you use?
Okay, this is a 3H ratchet, and then it pops right off. You don't want to overly tighten it when you put it back together again. But what I will do is I will loosen this up, not to the point where it comes out, just loosen it up a bit. And then let that sit, and then start the extraction of the oil over here on this side of the engine.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
Put that away. Now this is a Mighty Vac pump. You can also buy a Harbor Freight equivalent. Either one will work just fine. This is the manual pump where you have to pump it like a bicycle. Put that in there. Now one thing I do recommend is let the vehicle run for a minute or two. So that way there's a little bit of heat on the engine, and it makes pumping the oil out a lot easier. So from there, just proceed to remove the oil. And you can see it starting to come through. And with the manual pump, it will take a few minutes to do it. So just be patient.
Say something like, we just leave it like that and let it run.
Yeah, so what you do is you build up your pressure on this and just let it continue bringing all the oil out. It does take a few minutes, takes about 10 minutes to pull it out, but the best part about this vehicle doing an oil change over our previous Land Rovers, you do not get your hands dirty at all.
Hey, say something, honey.
Ready? So pay attention to this
Where?
on the hose. So what you're looking at, you know you've pretty much got all the oil out. When you start seeing it come up like that, I usually let it settle for a few minutes and then go ahead and do one last pump on it just to make sure everything looks good. Okay, you can feel that it's not pulling any pressure. So we'll let that finish. Now, the next thing I do, this is just my personal preference, is I'll go over here and finish pulling the filter out.
What's that cabbage? For pull
Yeah, this is just pull the filter out. Okay, so you pull the cap off, and when you pull the cap off, there is your oil filter. Okay, so we'll go ahead and remove that. Okay.
Do I need to record? No.
One thing I do like to do is there is some residual oil down in there. So what I like to do is I actually, once this is done, I'll go ahead and pull the hose off of the pump and bring it over and suck out that last bit of dirty oil. I know you probably don't need to do this, but I just like to make sure everything can be cleaned out of there as is. Okay. Yes, it sounds just like. Get the old gasket out of there and discard the old gasket. Okay. Give that a quick wipe. New gaskets.
Buy it on Amazon.
Buy it on Amazon. We'll put a link in there if we need to. Okay. And then I like to take some of the oil and also use fresh oil. Make sure it's well lubed. And then put the filter in place here. Make sure the clips, there's places to clip it down in there. Make sure it goes in. You hear it clip in. Okay, that part's ready to go. And then I will take a little bit of fresh oil and just make sure the O-rings on the gasket are all wet.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
Pause that.
Also, you dip your hand in oil.
Just the tip of it. It's 0-20 oil, so it has a tendency to like to run. And then from there, just put it back in place. Make sure it goes on smoothly. You shouldn't get any tension on it until you get to that rubber. Oops, that's the old one. Get the new one. And I do like how this new one works. It grabs it a lot better. I'll show the difference on that in a second.
You need to look for you.
Nope.
You need to feel it.
They're blocking my vision. Doesn't need to go too crazy tight, but let me show the difference real quick between these two. So this one here does a really good job fitting on there. It is a little bit of a problem because you have to go around this pipe, so be very careful with that pipe. But that's a thinner wall than this one is. This one actually just grabs it at the top and it fits a little bit looser. This was Amazon as well. You can use it. I had problems with it on the LR4 where it felt like it was stripping the canister out. This new one feels a little bit better. So yeah, I don't think I'll use this one again. I'll stick to this new one that I just picked up, and so far I'm really happy with how this one worked. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, every single oil change I do MOA. Had good luck with all my engines on it. Buy BG, you can buy it on Amazon. Some of your local places will carry it as well. Amazon's got it for like 16, but the price fluctuates up to 18. I usually buy 2 or 3 when I get them because you can buy them in the bulk, a little bit easier. So definitely worth it, especially with these engines. Okay. Pause. We use cast oil edge is what they recommend for the Land Rover, 0-20. I need to check. Oh, now we want to go into clearing the service interval. Oil change is complete. Everything's done on that. Put the correct amount of oil in there. So the best way to do it, this is from the Gap. You have the Gap tool that's available for the D5 in beta format right now. If it doesn't work, and it didn't work on mine, no big deal. They give you instructions on what to do to reset the service engine light. Oh, not service engine light. Check service vehicle soon warning that pops up. So what you want to do, open the bonnet, the hood, close all the doors, place the ignition in the on position without starting the engine. So foot off the brake. Now here's where it gets crazy. Open the driver's door and press and hold the brake and gas for 30 seconds. Once you do that, a service resetting message will appear. So go ahead and go up to the center display. Service resetting. There you go. Okay. Once that does, what you would do is turn the engine off, but the press the start stop. You can release the brake pedal and the gas pedal. Now, when you start it back up again, you should not see the service needed soon message.
I'm going to the screen.
Yep, go to the screen, and it goes through and does a check, and everything looks good. That message is due to the hood being open and the door open. So, no more service is needed soon message. So all that's cleared out and reset back to the default at 15,000 miles. Okay, done. We're now complete. So the only thing to do now is put the cover on. Make sure you get the tabs in the back lined up properly and push it down. Everything's buttoned up and good to go. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Oh, did I get the bag that you put out? Fill the oil in?
You can cut it off. The time of screen, don't have it recording.
Thomas, honey. Stop streaming. What you doing now?
I'm just making sure I get all this in there. That's all. That's expensive, $16. I'm making sure I get it all out of there. Thomas, don't hit your sister. Okay, done.
That's it?
That's it.
That's
So,
it?
Yep.
You said you want to say something about it. That's it?
No, we did it. That was the other thing.
Okay. They got the bag that you disconnect that thing?
Huh?
They get the pack that you disconnect?
Yeah, you did. You did.
I did?
Yep.
That's funny. I don't remember it.